Tony, welcome back to West Bromwich Albion. Before we start the interview, I'd like to go through a couple of dates with you, if that's okay. May 2008 and October 2006. Do they ring a bell for you?
2006, I would have been leaving Hibernian, I think. I started my managerial career in 2004, so I had two amazing years at Hibernian, and so I probably received a call from Mr. Peace to see whether I would come and discuss things with his board. So I'm assuming that's around the time I joined the club.
Correct.
In 2008, 2 years later. I'm assuming it's winning the league with the team. I've come into this office here, Chris Brunt's right across the road there, and James Morrison's in the coaching office. So them lads were a big part of all of that, and yeah, it was an amazing time really. And I would say I was very fortunate to inherit a team that had parachute payments, I think, at the time. And so we had some really good players, and but I think the brand of attacking football that I like to play suited all the attack-minded players that were at the football club. And I would say, as I've come through the door only 2 days ago here, there is some really good attacking footballers at this club, and maybe we just need to find the balance of when they play, where they play, and I'm hopeful that we can try to recreate a scenario where we can be competing right at the top end of the table. And I feel very honoured to come to a club that is threatening the top six. Being over the last few weeks in the top six, just outside the top six, and I feel as if there's enough games for us to try and cement one of them places. And yet it is difficult because of the new demands on the team and how quickly do they adjust to what is different from what they've been used to doing. And will there be a little dip before we start to rise again? Let's wait and see. I hope not, but the training's got to be a lot different from what we've been doing to get the team to be more front-footed and more aggressive, playing forward and trying to score more goals. And but I'm here. I believe in what we do, and I think we've got some really good, talented footballers, and hopefully we can win lots of games.
Before we talk more about football, just want to touch on your health. Fantastic to hear that you've been given the all clear. It was received so well by the whole of the football world. How great is that for you to be able to have that news and to be able to move forward, not only with football, but with your life?
Yeah, listen, it's quite it's been a really tough year, really. But as I've said to my doctors, you can't enjoy having cancer because there's some real lows. Your body is ravaged, really. You've no energy, hard to even get up out of a bed or to sit off a sofa without collapsing. It really does ravage your body. But how do I feel today? I feel full of energy. I've felt that for a month or two, to be honest, and yet I've been waiting for this date to come and have the scan that's going to confirm what I felt. I've been full of energy. Things that are telling me I can go for an hour's walk with my dog on the beach where I live. I could never do that. It was lucky if I could do 400 yards through some spells of trying to do some exercise. But yeah, I feel vibrant. I feel ready. I love football with a passion. Really, I'm watching so much from sitting on a sofa or laying in a bed, and I miss it. And as soon as I got there all clear, I knew I wanted to go back to work. And I've had nearly 1,000 texts, to be honest, and it's been ridiculous the last few. I've been sitting up till 1 o'clock in the morning trying to reply to people. The football world have been pretty amazing towards me. I'm just looking forward to getting started again. Today will be the first time I really use my voice on the training ground. Is it ironic? What's the word? Why am I going back to Middlesbrough? Place where I live, my family live. I've grew up as a boy, played for like 12 years for Middlesbrough, and it seems pretty strange to go back there. I've watched a positive for us is that I've watched 4 or 5 of their games live this year, as I've not travelled too far from my home because it was potentially tiring for me to drive, but also other issues around the bowel that we shouldn't really chat about too much here. But there's been lots of complications, I suppose, when you have bowel issues of how your body functions. But I am in good spirits, good fettle. I enjoyed watching the game the other night. I think, we lost a poor goal, but I thought the second half the team were really on the front foot. I thought we were attacking. I thought we camped them in their half, really got our rewards of 1 goal, and we had some great chances to score again. But the signs are good, because I like the players. The players look as if I give them a license to like take some reins off them, that they're going to enjoy attacking and playing and trying to score more goals. So that's the plan. Let's wait and see. My health's good. I've got no issues. Looking forward to getting started, really.
What kind of emotions have you been feeling over the last 48 hours?
Yeah, listen, only positive ones. I know I was, again, it was Sunday yesterday. I was in at 8 o'clock and left about, I don't know, 8:30, I think. So over 12 hours here. Just it's great to meet some people are still here. Jean from the kitchen still here from all them years. When did I leave? 16 years ago. So it's really nice. I see it as an amazing community family club, really. And it's not huge to the point of where the building's too big, and you've got pitches like 3 miles away. It's I feel it's perfect, really. The club I remember, I would suggest, and that's why I'm so looking forward to getting started. I talked the other day about the fans are the same. They're just 16 years older, and of course there's also new fans who want to see an exciting team play and hopefully win football matches. I just hope I can help the club progress back to where it needs to be, really, and that's going to be an up and down thing. We're going to have disappointing days, of course, along the way, as we all do, but I'll try and give the team a slightly different identity, and but hopefully the identity is a successful one, and one that wins football matches in this division, and pushes us to try and get out of this division and keep moving forward.
I think it's fair to say that Albion fans fell in love with the type of football that you played when you were first here. It was attacking, it was free-flowing, it was exciting. What type of football are you hoping to deliver here this time around?
Well, first and foremost, I've got to look at the players in training. The first day yesterday on a Sunday was all the lads who weren't involved in the game the other night, were out there training, and it's just giving me an insight to watching them. So I try not to get too involved and wrapped up in the middle of the session. I stand on the outside and watch it, and so trying to see what the strengths and weaknesses I see in the players who weren't involved the other night. What type of team? Hopefully, as I said earlier, I think we've got quite a few players who want to attack, want to play, some flair players. It's great the fact we've got 2 wide players, and add the other players who didn't play the other night, who want to stay wide and want to attack the full back and want to get behind and want to put the ball in the box. So at Sunderland we had Roberts and Clark, of course, who built big reputations. Clark went to the Premier League with Ipswich. We have to give them confidence. My job is to give them confidence. I can't teach Tom Fellows to do his step over and drag and whip the ball in. He does that. That's what he does. But we need to give him the opportunity to get one-on-one as often as possible, so he can do what he does and create chances. And once the team know that every time he gets it, they've got a license to get in the box, to flood the box, then hopefully the goals start flowing. It's easy for me to say, oh, well, we haven't got Kevin Phillips or Jonathan Green. Brunty doesn't play anymore. Moz's not breaking the box, and Sultan Gear's not heading him in back stick. It's, the team is what the team is, and I, as I've said to you, I generally like what I've seen very early on. I don't get to know them until I feel their personalities, and the ones who are like a little sulk, who want to moan every time they come off, the ones who are desperate to get on, the ones who give you the same consistency every game. I need to feel them really on a day-to-day basis, and that'll happen over as the weeks roll by. And they knock on my door, and they're either very happy about this or they're very unhappy about that. It's because I encourage footballers to come and talk and let me know what they're feeling.
You're a professional man, Tony. You love your football, but you're also human as well. Yeah. And taking a job like West Bromwich Albion, you give every job 100%. But when it's a club like Albion that you know, you love, you've been at before, does it mean that little bit extra to you?
Yeah, I think so. My best times in my career. So in management, over 20 years now, I think my best times have been here at Albion. I've got a picture in my home of me holding up the championship trophy. I've got a picture of, um, I think it's Morrison and Greening running with the trophy on the pitch at Loftus Road. The pictures are hanging in my room, and so it's always been a part of what's special. And is it dangerous for me to come back and spoil a legacy if we don't have the same potentially? But it's not, as you said, I'm professional. I think I can create an environment where teams can flourish and young players can love to come and express their talent on the pitch. And I'm sure the fans know there are ups and downs on the journey all the way. You just hope there's more victories, more wins. The defeats are going to come at some stage. It's how you bounce back from them, how you keep the team going, keep them believing. The fans, of course, get really high and get really low. You lose and you're terrible. You win and you're great. It's somewhere. My job is to keep everybody on an even keel, but keep gradually progressing and getting. So that I would like this team to feel as if we don't make the Premier League every season, we're still in the Championship. The ambition before a ball is kicked is that we have to give it our best. We have to be up there fighting, and nobody will be more disappointed than me than if we don't. And I've got, I don't know, is it 19 games left to try and establish a top 6 place this year. I said to the boys the other day, my opinion is to try and catch the top 4. The top 4 are all pretty tight together, but it's 10 points. If we can go on a run and win 3, 4, 5 games on the bounce, we'll be really closing it. And if you can get to the last half dozen games in touching distance, who knows? But no, it's consistency. It's understanding how we want to play. It's very early at the moment, but we will spend a lot of time on the training ground amongst games trying to get them to create that consistency, that when the fans come to watch the team, they see something that they recognise, that the ball is going wide and we are getting men in the box and we do score from crosses, and we do, when they clear it up, we do pick it up and we create wave after wave of attack, really. And that's the team we're going to try and create. And yet it's easier said than done. It's because there's a lot of good teams in this league who want to do similar to you. And so when you play against a Leeds United, a Sheffield United, a Burnley, they want to dominate possession. They want to push you back so you're defending all game. And it becomes one of them games where who is going to be the stronger on the day? You need your best players to perform and to come out on top in the duels. So, yeah, that's my job, to try and inspire young footballers to want to be winners, and let's hope we can get it done.
Just finally, Tony, it is January. The transfer window is open. Have you still got Robbie Corran, Zoltan Gira, Ishmael Miller and Roman Bednar on speed dial?
Oh, well, you know what? Them lads do keep in touch with me. It is amazing sometimes. And I sit and think, wow, even lads from Hibernian keep in touch. The job before this one, it's I hope it's because we treat them well, we help them in their career, they grew into good footballers, and we played a part in it. And so, if it's just a text that, Gaffer, I heard that you're not well. I wish you all the best and your family, and just little pick you up messages really from people from 20 years ago. It's quite amazing, really, because they don't need to, and yet they do. And even a lot of the people. So in the focus, Ahmed Diallo was texting the other day, making sure he's great, that I've got a job and I'm back in the game, and good to see that my health's good, and yet just good people, good human beings that we've been around and hopefully helped a little bit in their careers. And football, it's really made me feel what a community to be involved in. The football world has been there to support me, really. Some amazing senior managers that text out of the blue that you think, whoa, people that I've looked up to all my life, and but yeah, and then young players that text you as well, and it's been really supportive, really, that the industry I work in has been so supportive. I now am back at work and want to be good at what I do.
Welcome back to West Bromwich, Albion.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.